But the ground troops piece of it is a little concerning for two reasons. One, like I said, there's sort of this human element that we're missing here, right? Like these are people who left their families, who probably don't know when they're coming home, because it sounds like the president doesn't even know when they're coming home. We already had thousands of troops out there that weren't home for Easter Sunday with their kids. Like, this is a very serious commitment to ask of troops. And so I don't want people kind of throwing those numbers around and taking them for granted. But two, the number of troops, ramping them up the way that the president is, that is going to trigger requirements under the War Powers Act. And so eventually he's going to hit a 60-day limit where Congress actually can tell him to take troops back and that they're going to cut off funding for the war. So the more he commits, the more responsibilities he's going to have under the Constitution and the War Powers Act.
Yeah, I mean, time is obviously one of the biggest factors here. And you know, yeah, we have this blockade, but we're not back to where we were before in the Strait of Hormuz. We're still in a situation where very few ships are getting through, either because we're blocking them or the Iranians are blocking them. And I'm going to play what Scott Bessent said about what his expectations are about gas prices and the effect that this will have.
And I'm optimistic that during the summer we will see gas with a 3 in front of it sooner rather than later. It's Bank Week here in D.C., so I've been meeting with a lot of my Middle Eastern counterparts, the finance ministers, and they all say that once the straits are open, they can start pumping again within 1 week.
So he also just followed up and said somewhere between June 20th and September 20th. We're a month and a half into this already, so we're getting close to the 60-day piece that she's talking about, and that's not actually really that close to September. That's a lot of months that Americans are going to have to deal with these higher prices.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, this blockade, I think, was a stroke of genius by the president, number one. Number two, a lot of people are coming to the United States to get oil and gas right now, which is terrific for us here in our energy economy.
If you're an oil company,
it's terrific for our energy economy.
It doesn't make a difference if you're
Americans who work for oil companies. Americans.
Yeah, but it doesn't make a difference if you're pumping gas at the gas.
And number three, apparently we're going to talk to these people again here. I think we've got them on their knees. They're losing hundreds of millions of dollars a day.
Is that where we're sending thousands of troops right now?
Yeah, because we're letting them know.
Scott,
time is up. Time is up.
Scott, we are sending thousands of troops to Iran. That is not with them on their knees.
Well, no, they're not going to Iran. They're going to the region.
Well, we're sending them to the region. That's either way. That's still not how.
The blockade has they are economically paralyzed because of us right now.
Scott, let me ask you this question. Do you really believe that oil companies are just going to be like, you know what, now that this crisis is over, we're going to lower our prices and ensure that our profits decline significantly? I don't think they're going to
You're saying that the oil markets will cease to function as a market because they just decide it's not a market anymore? It's a market now.
When they're in a cartel together, it's
a market now.
To have prices be higher.
These increases will be temporary. Yes. And as Scott has pointed out, the Strait of Hormuz is the only leverage that the Iranian regime, or rather the remnants of it, what's surviving, because we decimated most of their leadership, most of their military capacity. They are very much in a vulnerable position. But that was the last piece of the chessboard, was the Strait of Hormuz. Trump went in there and called their bluff and said, we're going to put down a blockade so that nothing can transfer oil from any Iranian port.
The president says the war is almost over, but yet he's sending 10,000 troops to the region. Negotiations failed. We don't know if they will start up again. There's a blockade, yes, and it's effective. But it's not benefiting the United States in terms of access or any of our allies around the world.
If they succumb
so
to
where
pressure,
is the victory there, and how can this
Can
war
I ask you a question? Do you want us to win? Do you want us to defeat these people?
I always want the U.S. to win.
Because it sounds to me like you are cheering for a bad outcome.
Could you define what win looks like?
Because all you can seem to do is define negativity.
What win looks like.
Here's what win looks like. These fanatics don't get a nuclear weapon. Period. Full stop. That's all right.
But the president said that they didn't have one.
American people deserve to know why our troops are there. What is it exactly that we're fighting for?
We're going to stop them from getting
the straits were open
a nuclear weapon
before the war.
It has nothing to do with the strait. It's a nuclear weapon.
That has always been our mission. But there was no imminent threat.
Sure there was.
There was no imminent threat.
Val, they have missiles that can reach most of Europe. Do you not consider that to be an imminent threat?
There was no imminent threat to the United States.
We don't have bases and troops in Europe and all over the region?
Margaret,
you seem to be ill-informed about who's at war with who here.
Let Margaret
Look, all I'm going to say is that we have, yes, it's an effective blockade, but it hasn't really been in place for that long. So it's fair to say great. The first 4 days, 3 days of it, wonderful. But we have to see this long term. I also want to say that, we should never sort of underestimate our adversary here and the pain that they could still inflict. And one thing that I think we should take stock of is the rapidly depleting stockpiles of air defense systems of the Gulf states. So the Gulf states have access to PAC-3s. That's a Patriot missile air defense system, basically something fired in order to, deter the significant air threat, rockets, drones, other projectiles that Iran can still wield. Even if they're degraded, they still have that capability. The Gulf states have spent somewhere around 2,000 PAC-3s since the start of the war of February 28th, which may not sound like a big number. However, the annual production globally is 600. So there are, I think, real vulnerabilities in the region with countries that we should be allied with. And I think our own stockpile, for example, Tomahawk missiles, are becoming depleted. So the ceasefire is good. We should sit and take stock of where we are. But there is a serious long-term consequence in terms of defense production that I think we can't discount when we look at sort of the larger second and third order effects of this really discretionary war.
All right, we'll leave it there, Margaret. Thank you very much for joining us. Coming up, a busy couple of weeks for J.D. Vance. But